Hi, I'm Mia, and this is going to be my second Halloween look of the month. Also, I'm going to attempt to speed run this without completely messing it up, because it's already 5 p.m. So I would like to be able to eat dinner at a reasonable time today. If not, it's fine. It's literally not do or die. I'm going to order some pho from a restaurant, so pshaw. But yeah, second Halloween look of the month. Look at me, look at me. I kind of want to do like Batwing eyeliner. I attempted it a year or two ago and it just did not go well at all. So we're going to try this again. So I am going to do a little bit of eyeshadow just to give myself something besides just liner. I'm going to be going in with the Beaute bar in the palette Unoriginal Nudes. So I know I say this every time I use this palette, but all of the matte shades are labeled as Unoriginal Nude number whatever. So I'm just going to go in with the number name because there's no reason to keep repeating it. I think I'm going to start with some of number 9. I'm hoping this is going to be as warm toned as I hope it's going to be. Obviously, hope, pray. And on a little round brush, I'm gonna, yeah, that's good. That is good. Like I said, I just want to get this down. And also down under here, I do have some mascaras or eyeliner smudges. It could be either or. I'm sorry, I just saw my reflection. But yeah, it is Tuesday. Did I do my makeup? I did my makeup yesterday. I just did my normal things yesterday. Walmart and such. We saw 3 different groups of Mormons when we were in Walmart, and it happens every time. Because, you know, we always go on a Monday, because that's just when we have days off. But it's never at the same time, but yeah, we always see Mormons. It's a little weird. And then I'm going to take some of, I'm going to take some of 2 and a little bit of 8 just to blend it out. Did we do anything else that interesting yesterday? I don't think so. Oh, I actually had a productive Tuesday. Tuesdays are I try not to go outside if I don't have 2 days, just because Sundays I very often have a nail appointment. Mondays I always go out. So Tuesdays are if it's unless it's a do or die. It was not a do or die today, but I did go out. I went to Marshall's and TJ Maxx. I want to start trying to wear more like earthy tones, especially like deep browns as we get into fall. So I was really hoping to find like corduroy pants. No, I did get a pair of black jeans just because the ones I have from Old Navy are a little too tight, despite the fact that I have 2 different colors in that same exact cut in style. But something about their black fabric just isn't as, not that the jeans are stretchy, but they're just not as stretchy as the other ones. So, but found some black jeans. I did order a pair of flared brown corduroys from H&M, so I'm gonna hope that they do what I want them to do, and mostly fit, because it's the fitting that's the issue. I was ready to punt everybody at the end of my outing, so maybe it's a good thing I don't usually go out on Tuesdays, because twas a nightmare. There's a lady on a train with her god-awful children running amok and blocking the entire like pathway. So when I tried to walk around them and like I put up my bag, she gave me the nastiest look, even though God forbid I'm just trying to get to the other end of the train so I can like sit. And then there's a crying baby behind me in Marshall's. And then nobody knew how to walk today. It was an epidemic. I'm like, damn, I thought Boston was better than this. Plot twist, we're not. But say la vie. And I'm just gonna blend all that. And I'm going to take whatever's left on the concealer brush from doing my brows and just kind of hope that this cuts a little. Because this is looking a little too intense, I'm not going to lie. I went in with not the right brush. But I can hopefully fix it. Fingers crossed. Ooh, so I use the Jumbo Glow Recipe watermelon dewdrops, and it finally came back to stock on the Sephora website. So I placed an order last night, and I used my $20 off because I had enough points. And this morning I realized that I still have not touched my Visa gift card that my grandmother got me for my birthday. That's $50, so I could have saved myself, you know, probably 30 bucks that I spent after taxes and stuff. So, a little peeved about that. Oh, I did just take some concealer. It doesn't matter what concealer it is, because this is not the concealer I will probably use later on. So, any concealer works for this purpose. But yeah, was a little peeved about that when I realized. And then I'm going to take some of one and just pat it along to help set some of that concealer and brighten it just a little, because it's just a hair lighter than my concealer. Again, just a hair, but again, I am very pale, so alas. So a lot of things like brightening shades will not be bright enough, but out of all the things that I can complain about in the beauty space, that is not one of them. But do we, you know what, we'll be wild. I'm not putting down any glitter glue, but I'm gonna take some of Token Shimmer 1. It's just like a little white with some like pink reflex, and I'm just gonna do just a little tap and flick. I don't want it to be too concentrated, because the eyeshadow, even though the eyeshadow isn't the main focus, I did get a little heavy-handed. But yeah, so just do a little. Honestly, I might sketch out my wing first, just because I'm not good at this. I'm gonna be so honest here. So that's gonna be the eyeshadow all set. Alright, so I did attempt to sketch a shape. It did not go very well. So we're winging this. This is from Glisten Cosmetics. This is the wet liner in the shade Cola. It's just black. Even though this type of liner scares me, it's gonna be a little easier to control. Not easier to control, but it'll give me more flexibility than I have with a regular brush. So we're gonna hope and pray here. But I'm just gonna start with the regular liner part, because not that I'm less likely to mess up, but I'm a little more experienced with doing just regular liner than I am with doing a bat wing. And if I end up not being able to post this video, I am going to be upset. Not like upset, but like just disappointed. And I do want to try to get this to dry down before I do anything else, because I messed up the liner I did the other day a lot. So I'm learning my mistakes as we go. I don't think this is too liquidy, so alright, we're gonna do basically a big swoop, and then we're gonna do a line like straight out, and then do a little point. We're gonna do a flick. Alright. I'd say deep breaths, but no breaths. Alright. So we're gonna do a little bit of a ha, and a little bit of a ha, and a ha. Honestly, I think I could clean this up with a Q-tip. I think it would work. And I'm just gonna fill this in and just, I want to get this one extended the most. Oh no. I am taking a pointing Q-tip and some micellar water, and I'm going to see if I can get up in between the curves and try to get this to go just a little more the way I want it to. I mean, I will say this, it is a lot better than the first time I attempted this. Like a few years ago. Like, it's still not great. But I've done worse. Get on this. There we go. That's just a little better. And I have a little angled brush, so since this is still a little wet, I'm gonna see if I can, like, there we go. God, my hands are shaking. I'm gonna take some of the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Color Pencil in the shade Graphite. This is not the regular size, this is a sample size that I got in an influencer box. And I'm just gonna line just so it can give it a little connection and not look so off. Alright. I'm gonna do the other eye off camera because this is terrifying. And I can't really try to explain this because I'm not thinking, I'm just doing. So, I will be back, theoretically, with eyeliner and some lashes. Alright, I'm back with lashes. I don't know if you can tell that these are supposed to be like bat wings. Like, they look like a winged creature. I don't know if bat is the specific word we want to use. But they're there. They're on my eyes. Say lovey. I'm gonna go in with the Paula's Choice Pro Collagen Peptide Plumping Moisturizer. Like usual, this was gifted to me, but I wouldn't keep using it if I didn't like it. I have a package from them downstairs that I really want to not open. I've already opened it. Start using, but I'm just so paranoid about my skin. Like, my skin's not the best. Like, I'm at an okay state with what I know works for me, but my skin can be super sensitive, so I don't want to play that game. Like, I haven't had any reaction to Paula's Choice stuff, but it's just one of those, you know, things. I'm also being very careful not to mess up the liner, because it is a little more extended out than it usually would be. I do have some bigger than usual lashes on too. Figured that could help shade an effect. I don't know. And this is where it could all go wrong because I haven't used this with my Paula's Choice. This is from Danessa Myricks Beauty. If I can open this. This is the Yummy Skin Moisture Repair Balm Serum. I love this, especially as a primer. However, I've usually used it in conjunction with the other Danessa Myricks primer I have. But I have everything separated to what products for the looks, so I don't want to mess anything up. But I'm just going to take some onto my fingers, actually. And this isn't how I usually do it. But I'm going to warm it up because this can get a little grainy sometimes. I'm going to warm it up and just start to press. I'm not going to put any on my nose because my nose is generally more oily than the rest of my face, so I don't want to mess anything up too much. But I'm going to do a little pat and press. Voila, voila. But yeah, no, I'm gonna order pho for dinner because one of my friends texted me like a few weeks ago. She's like, oh my god, this place is so good, blah blah, fantastic pho. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get it, I'm on my own for dinner. And then I didn't end up being on my own. And she said it every time that I said that I'm on my own for dinner. So, finally actually going to order from them. Oh, and my little monster. I told myself I wasn't gonna drink any caffeine today. But I legitimately felt like I was going to pass out when I got home. And, you know, I had a solid 8-ish hours. I didn't do anything overexerting. I went into Boston and I went shopping for 45 minutes. Yeah, I know. A waste of $2.20 for the train. But still, I am going to use a slightly more matte foundation just because I have a lot of moisture going on my skin. So it will counteract a little. This is the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation in the shade 96. That's a little clogged because that just came out in stripes. So, little. But, ooh, did I say it? Yeah, I think so. The group chat for work was texting today. They're like, oh my god, hey, they're like, did you send the schedule? Because we don't know who's working what shifts. I'm like, well, first off, on the app that we use, if you click on your shift, it will tell you who overlaps with your shift. So it may not tell you who's there from what time, but it will still tell you who you are on shift with and who you will see. So that's one. And they're like, oh my god, we don't know how to print it out. I'm like, so I told them, I'm like, hey, I'm like, this is, like, if you type print schedule into the email search, it will be from the manager, and then you can just print it from Excel. I'm like, that's what I do every week because no one else does it. I didn't say that no one else does it, but I'm like, that's how I manage to get printed out. And one of the girls, she's been a pain in my tuchus lately. She's like, well, Mia, you open on Saturday, why didn't you do it? First of all, it is not my job to make sure the schedule is printed. I'm not a manager. Second, there are, you know, Monday's the beginning of a new work week. So say I'm there until 4. There are 4 or 5 shifts, at least 3 up to 5 shifts in between. I don't know how many mid shifts there are. After that, any of them could have printed out between now and Monday morning. And I would like this to be known, I didn't come in on Saturday. And that's why I started. I'm like, well, I wasn't here on Saturday. I called out. Someone else opened. She didn't have the gall to respond. And I'm like, that's what I thought. Like, if she's late on Thursday, I am flipping a bit. Like, she had the audacity to come in late. She was on time, but I asked her to come in early because I ended up staying like an extra 6 or 8 hours that week. I'm like, hey, can you come in like half an hour early? Not even anything wild. Half an hour. She didn't. Whatever. Can't even be upset at her. I'm like, God forbid she comes in at her scheduled time. She clocked in. My battery's dying. Give me a second. What do you mean dying? That's full. Okay, I don't know why that camera battery died because it was fully charged on Saturday. I don't think it just drained out the battery, just sitting out. Whatever. But I'm gonna start my concealer. This is from Beaute. This is the Face It Complexion stick, and I usually apply it with my concealer brush that I used to do my brows. This is 001, labeled Fair Neutral. But she came in at 6. I'm like, okay, whatever. Again, can't be upset at her for coming in at her scheduled time. She does need to be nice and come in early, even though she said she was going to. She came in, clocked in, took a phone call, and left the store. So, not that 10 minutes is all that big of a deal, but when I clock out 10 minutes later after getting there an hour early, it's a little tiresome. And again, she said something the other night that just rubbed me the wrong way. She's like, why don't you just do this task in the morning? I'm like, well, girl, I'm one person in the morning, and I have things to do. Like, it was a busy day that day. I'm like, I can't spend 30 minutes downstairs getting stuff to restock what should have been done the night before. She didn't have a response to that one. And like, again, yeah, sure, night shift is usually busier. It wasn't that the night before. I looked at sales. Night shift is often busier than the day shift. However, there are at least 3 or 4 people, not including delivery drivers, that get paid to help us restock. That's one of their tasks. So, you know, you have at least 3 or 4 people on shift. I have me, myself, and I. But if she's late or has any sort of smacky remark on Thursday, punting her. She's shorter than me, somehow. I feel like a giant next to her. I'm 5'3", I would like that to be known. So if I feel like a giant next to somebody, but if she has anything to say on Thursday, punt. But yeah, she's currently the bane of my existence. Like, I thought we were getting better for a second a few months ago, and no. I also need to submit time off for Comic-Con. I actually need to see if we're going to Comic-Con, because, not that I don't want to go, but it's my father who always wants to go, so I need to make sure that he still wants to. And once I get confirmation that he does, I will Venmo him and submit time off. Wait, I have a 3-minute clip to export. Thanks, dying camera battery. I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop Cosmetics Bronze Sticks in the shade Laguna Beach. But no, I'm still pissed that I forgot. Like, not that I forgot that I had my, ooh, I look pasty. Not that I forgot that I had my Visa gift card. I'm upset that I forgot to use it for something that I know I'm not going to return, the Glow Recipe Drops. So, again, it was $30 after the fact, but like, why? Why me? Why? But I still have my Visa gift card. I still have my Amazon gift card. I think I'm going to use my Amazon gift card to get some more gel polishes and some Halloween makeup stuff. Like, there's a white face paint I want to get for a few looks. There's a white eyeshadow that I want to get kind of for Halloween, kind of because my only good one is in a palette. And like I said before, I'm not rebuying an entire palette for one shade. So, both the white face paint and the white eyeshadow are from You Can Be Cosmetics, which is what I use for the red on my brows. It's technically a mascara and a liner set, but multi-purpose. And like, they're waterproof, and like, they're, even after I wash my face, there's still red brow, so it's good quality stuff at least. And next I'm gonna take the Patrick Ta Beauty, what is this, Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the shade Not Too Much. I don't want to go too wild on blush today because I have a deeper than usual lipstick I want to use. So between the eyes and the lips, I don't want something overpowering for blush. I'm going to be careful and not blend it up like I usually do, just because that's going to mess possibly with the bat wing. So, don't want that, but I'm going to do a little I do love this blush because it's, like the name suggests, it is not too much. It's a perfect little flush of color, especially for my skin tone. Like, she's perfect. She's beautiful. She's stunning. She's a little too dewy sometimes, but that's what the powder side is for. And I'm going to do a light sweeping of the powder side just because the rest of my face is looking matte, so the very dewy cheeks is going to look a little weird. I'm going to take a little bit of the Makeup Forever Artist Highlighter in the shade Revel Pearl, just because it's not overly blinding, and it does have a little bit of pink to it, so it will kind of tie in with the eyeshadow, the shimmer that I had used. So, just, like I said, just a little, because I know I just put powder down to kind of minimize the dew, but like, I like shimmer. I like whimsy. Just gonna put a little on the, like, as a topper. I'm just gonna, like I said, not a lot, just a little. And now this is definitely gonna be a deeper lip than I usually do. This is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Cold Brew. This is the original Cold Brew. I've had this for a few years. I just never use it, because I just feel off with these tones, which is funny because I literally just bought a shirt that's like this color. Like I said, I want to start getting to like more earthy tones, because like I wear black because I don't know what looks good on me, and I feel like everyone, oh shit, is gonna be like, oh my god, she doesn't usually wear color, she looks so weird. Like, I know no one's gonna say that, but that's what I feel. So I want to start doing like some olive greens, which look really good with my skin tone anyways, and some like deep earthy browns, and we'll go from there. And I'm just gonna blend out because I messed up that bottom lip. And like, I know cider isn't the best for quality, but I did get a few like more interesting tops from them, because I don't want to spend an arm and a leg if I don't know if I'm gonna like them. Like, I can return them, but still. I did finally find a pair of corduroy pants from H&M that aren't $1,008. They were like $50. So we'll see what happens. Luckily there is an H&M on Newberry Street, so if I don't like them, it's not that far of a trip to return them. I'm just gonna, there we go. And then this is from MAC. This is the Maximal Sleek Sand Lipstick in the shade Dubonnet. Oh my god, what's the pronunciation of this? But, like I said, I went to Marshalls and TJ Maxx today. I found this at Marshalls for like $9. Give me a second. Dubonnet matte lipstick. Dubonnet? Give me a second. I'm sorry, this is embarrassing. My Wi-Fi isn't loaded. Dubonnet. That's what she says. But it's like this gorgeous, like deep bloodish red, and like it's so nice. I swatched it a few times, obviously. So I'm gonna like shish roll. Then like pat and flick out at the same time somehow, because I don't want it entirely intense, but I don't want it so sheared out. Alright. I need to go fix my bangs, but I should hopefully be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. I'm not sure how I feel about this, because like most times it's the eyes that's the issue for me. I don't know if you can tell that these are bat wings, or even wings at all. I also can't see my screen, but like the base looks nice. The lip, I love this lip. It's a very good fall lip, and even though none of them match, I feel like they go well together, like the blush and the lips and the eyes, because like the eyes are very obviously fall themed and the blush is just to give me a little more color. But yeah. Ooh, I went to Nothing Bundt Cakes and I got the last caramel apple cider cake that they had. I loved that cake. I'm gonna have it for dessert tonight. But yeah.